what is up? It's Anna and welcome back to my channel. For today's back to school video, we are doing how to get straight A's in school. Now, I was pretty successful in school. I got pretty much straight like 90s. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my tips and tricks on how I managed to get straight A's in high school. So without further ado, let's get on with this video. Alright, the first thing that I recommend is recording everything in a planner. Do not rely on your memory because chances are you are going to forget. That is my first tip. My second tip is Quizlet. Now, I love Quizlet. This is my favorite like website to use for studying. It has like some fun games on there. It has flashcards on there. And that is like another part of number 2 is flashcards. I always use flashcards to study. It just helped me out so much. That was like one of my number 1 ways of studying was flashcards. I would just do flashcards all the time. That was the best way that I found to study was for me personally. When I got through the pile, when I got something 3 times in a row, I took it out of the pile because I had it memorized. So Quizlet and flashcards were my 2 favorite things that I used to study, and I highly recommend using them both. The third thing is have a good study space and eliminate any distractions. So put away your phone. You don't have to turn it off. Just, you know, put it somewhere where you can't see it. Me personally, I could not study with music. I would get way too distracted. But if you do like to study with music, I would recommend like classical music because it doesn't have lyrics or anything like that. That way you can't sing along and distract your mind. Because having a quiet area is really going to help you just focus on what you need to focus on. The fourth thing is sleep. Now, I know a lot of people like don't really think of getting a good night's sleep with how to get straight A's, but you need a good night's sleep in order for your brain to even function. So getting sleep is really important. The fifth thing I have on the list is getting into a really good schedule. So for example, if you're somebody that plays sports, you would go to school, then go to practice, and then I would set a time like an hour or 2 after school to focus on your homework, focus on studying, and then after that hour or 2, the rest of the night is your free time. Number 6 is don't just study the day before. Now, this was something that I was guilty of, was just waiting and then cramming and studying the night before. Do not be like me, do not do that. Usually teachers tell you about a test or quiz at least a week or 2 before they actually give the test or quiz. So I would recommend as soon as they say the date, studying every night for maybe 20-30 minutes. Number 7 is keeping a homework folder. I always kept a homework folder. If the teacher gave me homework, I wouldn't put that sheet, say my math teacher gave me homework, I would not put that math homework back in my math folder. I would take out my homework folder and put it in there. That way all of your homework from every subject is in that homework folder. Then after I got home, finished all my homework, finished that specific subject's homework, I would put it back in that specific subject's folder. It was just a really easy way for me to stay organized and have all of my homework in one spot. Number 8 is ask questions. In school, I hated asking questions, but you know, as I got older, I would ask questions a lot if I was confused on something because it's only gonna benefit you, it's only gonna help you, and maybe somebody else in the class has the same question. Even if you don't want to ask the question in class, you don't have to. Just write it down in your notebook, any question that you have, and then after the bell rings, go up to the teacher and be like, hey, I have these questions, can you please answer them for me? That way, if you don't want to ask in front of the class, that's a great alternative. Number 9 is taking advantage of your study halls.
Lights are on.
Wasn't me. So I would always recommend taking advantage of your study halls. That way when you get home, you're gonna have way less homework. Number 10 is going to study sessions. Now, a lot of teachers, before they give tests or something, at least at my school, a lot of teachers did study sessions before the tests and the quizzes so that you could kind of get an idea of what would be on the test, and I would definitely recommend going to those because they are so helpful. I remember in 11th grade, I struggled really bad with chem. I just could not grasp the concept of chem. It was very difficult for me. And when it got down to the end of the year, especially since I live in New York, we have the Regents, which is a big, huge test issued by the state of New York that you need to pass in order to even pass the class. She would have a lot of study sessions, especially towards the end of the year during the region. If you guys live in New York State, you know what I'm talking about. That test is so hard. And that is on top of the final that the teacher gives. So there's a lot of tests at the end of the year. I would go to as many study sessions as I could for her class. And if your teacher gives you the opportunity to go to study sessions, they even have study sessions, I would totally recommend going to them because they are going to help a lot. And then the last thing I have is don't procrastinate. Now this kind of goes along with don't study the day before. It's just don't procrastinate. If you procrastinate, then you're just gonna pile yourself up with a bunch of things and it's not gonna be fun. Let me just say that. So that is my very last tip. I hope I helped you guys out and I hope you guys use some of these tips. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Yeah, yeah.